Hello, everybody. Welcome to a review of Hangsaman by Shirley Jackson. I love Shirley Jackson, and I love We've Always Lived in the Castle. I love The Haunting of Hill House, and the next book I decided to check out was Hangsaman, and especially because the cover was super creepy and the name is really cool. So that's really how I decide which book I'm gonna buy or which one I might read next. Is just cool name, cool picture, like I'm in. But I will say though, this book was not as scary. Really wasn't scary at all. Outside of like one tiny scene, which wasn't totally scary, just a little unsettling. But it's really not a horror book. I thought it would be just because of what Shirley typically writes, and just because I mean this cover, like you have a girl here with this letter. There's blood all over her, so I thought it would be horror, but it's not really. It's not scary, but it's beautifully written. It's really a coming of age story, so I don't think the cover totally fits it. But I mean, I guess they know the Shirley Jackson fan base. They know what to give them. They know what to give them with a cover like this, but. This book is very atmospheric, as all her books really are, and it's a book that when you read it, you really feel like you're there. And it's sort of funny though, because this is a coming of age story, and like a lot of the events, like I know this is gonna sound bad, but a lot of the things in this book feel like nothing's really happening. Like I know that sounds bad. This is not a bad book, but it's just like I don't know. It just sort of follows this main character Natalie through her everyday life. I mean, she's 17. She's leaving home, she's starting college, and I mean that stuff's all cool. And when I was reading it, for the first like 50, 60 pages, I'm like, right, something creepy is bound to happen because you get to the college and it's sort of a strange place, the way it's described and what sort of goes on there, and the people she meets are all sort of strange. And so I thought, all right, cool, we're about to get something creepy. And by the time I was halfway through, I was like, yeah, nothing scary is gonna happen in this book. Nothing scary did happen. It's still worth the read, definitely. But if you're looking for scares like I was, it's not really scary. And Natalie's an unreliable, strange narrator, just like Eleanor was in Haunting of Hill House, or Mary Cat was in We Have Always Lived in the Castle. So, well, I mean, I guess in Haunting of Hill House, she wasn't really unreliable. I guess just a little strange, which I see like the same strangeness in these characters, but in We've Always Lived in the Castle, similar deal with the strange, unreliable narrator, and that's something I really liked. So that was really what made this book worth it to go through. That's sort of like, I guess, normal, everyday things, but because this character is so strange, it's like really worth it. Like you want to keep following, and you see a lot of her worldview, which is really strange. And I guess one big point of this book is like there's some things in here that you're not quite sure if they were real or not. You're not quite sure what really happened, and I'm sort of keeping that vague because I don't really want to make this too spoilery. I like to keep these things typically spoiler free, but there's just a few things in here that like you're kind of not sure what's real or what's not, which was cool, sprinkled into this sort of coming of age story. The ending was for sure creepy. The last, I don't know, 15 or 20 pages, that was like it was like unsettling. It wasn't scary. I was just getting nervous at the end. I'll leave it at that. It's definitely worth it. If I had to rate it, of course, if I had to rate it as like going in expecting horror and not really getting it, I might give it 3 out of 5 pumpkins, but I think I'm gonna give it 4. Just for because it was really good. I might just be being I might just be a little nitpicky if I took off 2 pumpkins. I think I'd just take off 1 because it was a really fun read. I really enjoyed it. It's Shirley Jackson, of course, it's going to be awesome. But if you're going in expecting scares, it's not really going to happen. But with that being said, that was my review of Hangsaman. So if you guys are looking for something with scares to read, then you could definitely pick up my books. I have 5 different books on Amazon and Kindle down below in the description, including my new book, Locked Coffins. Peace.